Yes, hi. I said I would come back and do those 5 tips to remember when caring for a loved one. I hope you enjoy it and listening to it again. I think this is very important. Though I'm not a big social media person, I think it's important. It has something with these situations that drew me to this. I think it's important that people realize the important thing that the hospital is not a safe place, and remembering that a hospital is a business too. It is a business. So remembering that. So these 5 tips can help. Hopefully, some of them will help you to protect your loved one while they are in the hospital. Thank you again for watching. I'll be back. Hello. Hi, I'm back with these 5 tips. We're going to start off with tip number 1. Never, never leave a loved one alone in the hospital. This is a very important tip. A lot of people feel like, oh, they're in the hospital, they're being looked after. No, that's not always the case. First, things happen so fast. You can be there 1 minute, next minute, something happened. You weren't there. The second thing is, if you can't be there, schedule for someone to be there in your place, and try to make sure it's a sound person or sound family member, someone that's actually going to pay attention, not one that's just going to, be lollygagging or sitting down just reading, not paying attention to what's going on. But you really want to find somebody that's going to pay attention to everything that's going on. So that's tip number 1. We're going to go to tip number 2. Bring a notepad to take notes. Write down words you may not fully understand. This is very important because, whether it helps you to understand what's going on, it also can help your family member to know what's going on and what's being said. So you're not going to remember everything in the top of your head, especially medical stuff. So guess what? Get a writing pad or inside your tablet or your phone in the notes. Start jotting down stuff. Write it down. Ask questions. Those sorts of things. And that takes us into number 3. Don't be afraid to ask questions. That is so, so important, because it's the only way you're going to fully understand what the doctor and nurses may be implementing. So don't be afraid to ask questions. And most of the time, as adults, that'll happen to us. We will shy back from asking questions. Sometimes it's embarrassment. Sometimes it's feel inadequate. Oh no, I'm not going to ask that because I don't want to feel like, no, it's not my field. So that doesn't mean that you can't understand. So with that notepad we talk about that you're going to be writing stuff down, you write down. Don't be afraid to ask questions. What is this? What does that mean? Is there other things that can be used? So those things that you're written down now, you can look those things up, be able to research those things to get a fully better understanding. So now you will be able to understand, and you're able to explain it to your family member. And you're able to think more about what they're saying and is it a good idea? What other options there are? That sort of thing. So we're going to go on to tip number 4. Being a part of their care is so, so, so important. It's, while you're there, if it's possible, help out, with getting them up, maybe taking them for a walk, things like that. What can you do? Can you massage their feet or their legs? Can you help them? Those sort of things are very important, because sometimes people may feel like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, no, I don't want to hurt them. Oh, those sorts of things run through your mind. But guess what? When the nurse come in, if you don't know anything, say, hey, do you mind when you do that? You can show me. I want to help, so you can help. Because there may be days that, guess what? That good nurse that's coming in, making sure everything is done, is not there. you got a different nurse. So you also get to see what the routine is, what should be done, how it should be done. And in that way, you'll know, oh, they didn't do this today. They didn't change a bed. They didn't do this. Those sorts of things. Things that's very important. Remember, the hospital is not a safe place. So germs, infections, all those things that they may have not came in with, they may end up dying from there in the hospital. So you have to be careful. It's important to help out in that way. And that way you can prevent as much as possible things from happening by asking questions, being a part. Let's get to tip number 5. Tip number 5 is a combination of all the 4 tips. And one is always check what medication is being given. And this is important because people think that little arm scan they have. Oh, they come in, they scan. Oh, they know who that person is. Oh, they know what their medication. No. That is not true, because they come in at times, and I'll tell you what happens sometimes. The doctors may change a medication for a number of reasons. Maybe, your loved one was allergic to it. Maybe it was causing another problem in them that's severe. So they change the medication. Now, even though the medication is changed, guess what? It does not mean that they put that in the computer yet. So now the nurse is coming in to scan your loved one with what? The old medication. You see the problems that happen within the hospital? Yeah, with the scanner. No, you got to keep things in mind. That's why it's important to write things down. Ask questions. What medication is this? How many times a day are they supposed to take it? What is it for? All those questions are very, very, very important. So I hope these 5 tips, you can look them over as much as you want, jot them down, put them into practice. And I hope that this helps, you and your family as y'all go through sickness or hospital stays. That can be very dangerous. I hope it helps and protects and saves someone's life. Again, I will continue with